Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are back for our second season of the Face It Live show, presented by Fayette County Public Schools and the 16th District PTA. As we grow into an even stronger community, it is most important that families and communities engage together and support each other. This Face It platform allows us to virtually have real talk, build real relationships, and allow real ways for us to express what we're feeling, exert our energy in a positive way, and be solution-driven in our approach to whatever we are facing in our communities. I am Sharika Smith. I work for the Department of Student Support, and I usually have an amazing co-host named Melody this evening, but she is unable to join us, so our thoughts are with her. We miss you, Melody, if you're watching. All right, so this week's Face It topic is going to focus on facing our struggles. We're going to talk about the Get Help resource and Mckinney-Vento resources. We have several special guests here tonight to help us learn about these resources, and I'm going to allow each of them to give their names and their titles, and we will start with Ms. Sine.
Hello, my name is Sine Carter, and I work in the Office of Student Support Services with the Violence Prevention Grant.
Welcome, Sine. We're so glad to have you. All right, Ms. Ashley, you want to go next?
My name is Ashley Dunn. I'm a Family Resource Coordinator at Arlington Elementary.
Awesome. Welcome, Ashley. So glad to have you. And finally, Mr. Joe.
Joe Scully. I am the Program Manager for Extended School Services in the Department of Student Support Services.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, welcome to everyone. I think there's some familiar faces. I think Sine, has been a guest on our show before, so welcome back to you. All right, well, let's get right into it. Ashley, we're going to start with you. Tell us about this Get Help page, this Get Help resource that has been created for our FCPS families.
The Get Help resource is a referral system that will help you get resources for basic needs, such as if food situations, clothing, school supplies, anything like that, and also social, emotional, and mental health needs only.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you share with us where you can find this? Where can our parents locate this?
So I'm going to share my screen real quick to pull up the Fayette County page.
Awesome.
Everybody can see it?
We can, yes.
So when you go to the fcps.net homepage, you will see the COVID-19 tab. And when you pull that down, you can click on the pandemic resources. And from there, you're going to scroll down until you see social, emotional, basic needs. And when you click on that, you have these other two options. But if you hit submit a request for services, that'll take you to the Get Help link page. So when you get there, all you have to do is hit submit a request. And after that, you'll pick the school of your choice, wherever your child goes. I can't see above my thing. I'm just going to go ahead and click Arlington.
That's fine.
And then I go. And then hit next after you pick your school. And you fill this out with all the information that you need. And when you go to the next page, it'll ask you what kind of resources you're actually looking for, and you can submit from there. And once you submit, it goes back to student support, and they look at it and then give it to the school that needs to get the information, so that that school will be able to help you with any of the resources that you're asking for.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for sharing your screen and showing that to us. And for those of you watching at home, this is recorded. So even if you need to go back later and walk through that, again, you can definitely do that. So I have a quick question for you though, Ashley. Who fills this form out? Who does that?
The parents fill out the form.
Okay. Okay.
And,
So, go ahead.
and I was like I said, and once they fill it out, it gets sent to student support. And then from there, it's geared to the school that you need it to go to, so that we can contact you and help you get your needs met.
Okay. So as a parent, once I fill that form out, I just wait to hear back from you. There's nothing else I need to do. Do I need to call and follow up, or?
No, we get the email to let us know that a ticket had been submitted. And then from there, we will contact you, talk to you a little bit more, and then we do what we do. We make that magic happen.
I love it. I love it. Well, great. Thank you. So I heard you say social emotional learning, and I heard you say basic needs. So does that mean, like if I need help with groceries or if I need help with clothing for my child, can I use that form to seek out those services?
Yes.
Okay.
And then if as a parent, you don't have access to be able to use the Get Help page, you can also just contact your school and ask for your family resource coordinator or your youth center coordinator. And we're the ones who help with all those basic needs like that.
Okay. Okay. I love that. All right. One more question and I'll leave you alone. So what if my child is so anxious to be back in school with COVID? Is that something that I could request services for with a Get Help page too? Someone to talk to my child?
Yes, that can be considered like part of the social emotional or like mental health, just to calm them down. We have, of course, our guidance counselors are in the school. Each school also has a mental health specialist. So there's people in the schools that can help get your child more comfortable with being in school. I know plenty of schools make videos to show the kids our guidelines of being back in school with the mask and staying apart and how your desks are sitting. So it's a lot out there to help bring your child back in and to make them more comfortable with being back in school for your child and for the parents.
And for the parents, yes, yes. Well, that's great. Thank you. This sounds like an amazing resource. It looks like it's quick and simple to understand and fill out. I do have a question, and I think I know the answer, but this can be translated into different languages, correct?
Yes, it
Awesome.
can.
Okay.
We have a lot of different languages going through Fayette County, so we want to make sure we're able to assist each and every family that we have across our district.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. I really appreciate you showing that to us. We will shift to McKinney-Vento, but feel free to hop in on that conversation as well. So Joe, can you tell us what the McKinney-Vento program is, please?
Yes, ma'am. The McKinney-Vento program is it's a program that falls under the McKinney-Vento Federal Act. And what that does is that allows FCPS to address the problems that students who are experiencing homelessness or have been displaced from their homes may face in enrolling, attending, and succeeding in school. As a district, we aim to ensure that each and every student has equal access to the same free, appropriate public education, including preschool, as other children and youth. Under this grant, we're able to keep kids in their school of origin, which is the school that they were in before they would have gotten displaced or moved into their temporary residences. And basically, the grant allows us to ensure that those students are provided with all of the services that they may need to meet the educational requirements that are expected of everyone and just continue to succeed in school.
Okay. Okay. So I will be completely honest. Sometimes when we hear the word homeless, we think people living outside, right? Or living on the street or living in their car. But I hear you say displaced. So is that something different? Kind of tell me the difference.
Yes. Displaced can be any number of situations that basically force one out of their permanent residence and into into a temporary situation. That can be, if they're in a shelter, obviously that can be in between homes, that, different things like that. That can be having been forced to be relocated from one state to another due to displacement. I mean, that's the word to keep going back to. But yes, ma'am. So there are a lot of things, not just like you said, just the stereotype of being homeless, being out on the street.
Yeah. Well, thank you for clarifying that. You kind of mentioned this, but can you speak specifically about what kind of help I can receive with these funds if I'm considered McKinney-Vento eligible?
Yes, absolutely. Transportation to and from school. That's one of the biggest ones where I mentioned earlier. If a child is displaced from outside of the district, outside of the school that they were originally zoned to, their school of origin, just because they're outside of that now, we can still set up transportation to get them to back to their same school that they were going to. We can help with clothing needs, school supplies, supplemental instruction, educational services, tutoring, all of those type of things. Referrals to outside service agencies, that's a big one. And then there's other things that we can help with that just fall on, may fall outside of those kind of basic umbrellas that I just listed, but, that we can handle on case-by-case type situations.
Okay. It sounds like an awesome program. And I think, some of our families will come upon hard times and not realize that they may qualify for something like this. So I'm glad that you're able to share that with us. Sine, can you tell us how to notify someone if I become homeless or displaced? Who do I talk to? What do I do?
Absolutely. You will want to go to your family or to your home school, and you will want to talk to your registrar or your family resource coordinator or youth service center. And they are very familiar with the program. So what the families will do is discuss the situation with one of those individuals. They'll fill out a form, which we call an affidavit, and then the school will send that back to our office, and Caroline Hellard, Joe Scully, or myself will make sure that we take care of it from there and provide them with the assistance that we can.
Awesome. All right. So quick question. If I can't get to the school, you think I can use this Get Help link to ask for help?
Absolutely. We love how it all ties in together.
Look at
So,
that. Did we do that on
absolutely.
purpose?
And you can also, transportation can be a barrier. So even contacting your school, calling them and explaining the situation, and they can fill it out for you over the phone. And we've had to obviously learn a lot of flexibility within our current circumstances. So we don't want to add barriers. We want to make sure we're eliminating them.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I know I've heard you all in the hall talking and helping families because usually a situation where someone becomes homeless or displaced, sometimes you can't plan for that, right? So that may mean you get up and you go, and whatever you're able to take with you is what you have. So I've heard you all provide resources such as clothing and shoes and rides to school. I've heard you all working hard on that, and that is a resource that our families, some of our families really need, and just need to know that that's available if needed. Well, thank you all so much for explaining those two resources. I think, especially now in the midst of the pandemic, we've had a lot of families that have had to go on unemployment, families who have lost their jobs suddenly, or just families who have had an extra grocery bill because of the need to stay home. So it's awesome that Fayette County has these resources for those situations. So one thing that, it's just very discouraging that we see on the news something about COVID every day, right? It's always bad news in my on my TV anyway. So what I like to do is kind of remind parents, give them a little hope at the end of our show. So I would love if you all have words of encouragement or just suggestions for our families that they could kind of take away from this show or just about life in general. You all would want to share. It would be great.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Ashley, if you'd like to go.
Okay. I would just say, don't be afraid to reach out to the schools to ask for help. I know a lot of people who are normally not in these predicaments that are usually self-sufficient and can always get by, feel a little bit out of the way about asking for help, but that's what we're here for. So don't hesitate to reach out to us at all if you need any help. And I would try to do your best to stay positive, because we're going to, as the governor says, we're doing this together.
That's what he
and we're
said.
going to get through it together. And just know, and I know a lot of people are like upset and stuff about the recent events with shortage of buses and everything. And just know we're all trying, and we want all the kids back, and we just want to make it a very safe and fun and as normal school year as we all possibly can.
Yes, all while staying healthy. You're absolutely right. I love that you said, this can really happen to anybody at any time, right? So it's not, we're working with families who aren't used to asking for help. So keep that in mind, and don't be afraid to reach out if you need anything. I like that, Ashley. Thank you. All right, Joe or Sine, do you have anything for us, for our families?
Ashley pretty much covered it. It was the same thing. Life happens. We know that life happens, and asking for help can be overwhelming, but we are here to support our students and our families. So please, please be sure to reach out to us, because we want to just make sure that our students are able to, access and navigate through our education system as, just as fluidly as possible without the worry of barriers. And we're here, like Ashley said, just to help and support our students and families. And again, we are all in this together and trying to figure out how to be flexible and how to overcome all of our challenges. So, we're all in it together. So we're here to support.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Sine. Joe, I don't want to leave you out. You have anything, a word or?
I want to echo what everyone else is saying. Yes, reach out. If you have a need, I'm continuously amazed at the people that work with FCPS and the resources that are available. So if you have a need, if you need some help of any kind, reach out, ask someone. There's somebody there that will be able to help you in some way. So just, and the storm will pass. So.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you all so much. I think we all need to hear that, right? We're talking to families in this show, but really our teachers need to hear the same thing. Our FCPS staff members need to hear the same thing. Our principals need to hear the same thing. So hopefully this message gets to a lot of folks out there. And we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight, those who were able to log on and those who watched this later. Thank you to our guests for providing such amazing information. We want to take suggestions about the show. So all of you who are listening and even our guests, if you have suggestions on different topics, please let us know. If you have something going on in the community, we would love to connect and also put that on our show as well. You can send us any topics or just any exciting or encouraging messages or pictures. You can email those to us at faceit@fayette.kyschools.us, or you can text them to us at 859-903-5531. All right, so be sure to keep up with our Face It page. Our next show is big and special. This was big and special too. But the next one is, we will be interviewing our own Dr. Liggins. He's our new superintendent. We're so excited to have him on our show. So be sure to tune into that. If I knew the date, I would tell you. I think it's in 2 Thursdays. So be sure to just watch our page for that date. And as always, we love connecting with you, and we will continue to face this together. See you all soon.